Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 749 for Tuesday, the 16th of September 2025. I'm your host, Mark Webb, gamertag, PSN ID, Steam ID, Webby 360G, and joining me today is...
It's Graham, or G Hamox 14 again.
The name's Bond, James Bond. No, it's Nick. It's not James Bond.
Oh.
And your one-armed bandits and so sweet.
Yeah, so before we start talking about games, Darren has a little story to tell us about having a fall. This is how you know you've got an old Darren. You've had a fall.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, hush.
It wasn't necessarily a fall, don't make it horrendous. It was basically me rolling my ankle on shitty, uneven, unkempt pavement that we now are plagued with all over the place in this country. So yeah, I was walking to work about 5:10 Wednesday morning and completely rolled my ankle on a bit of sunken pavement and basically did the equivalent of like fully elbow drop in the floor.
Ouch.
With my old bones and completely and utterly destroyed my arm in the process, basically. Ended up hobbling into work. Wasn't long after I got there, I was like, right, I'm going to need to see a first aider. And they sort of took one look at my arm and said, like, no, you got to go down the hospital, mate.
Wow.
So, yeah, went down the hospital. Struggled like hell to actually x-ray my arm because I couldn't move it into certain positions without being in immense pain.
Wow.
Like to the point where I was in so much pain I was constantly sweating and almost fainted multiple times.
Jesus.
And then I was taken into, because I came out of the x-ray room and I said, can you see anything on the x-ray? She said, oh yeah, we've seen roughly what the issue is. I said, can you tell me what it is? And she's like, no, my job's just to take the x-rays. But if you think of how much pain you're in, that should give you some sort of idea of what's gone on.
Damage.
And I was like, all right. So walked straight through into another room and the bloke's like, yeah, your elbow's in the wrong place now. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to move that back into position. Also, it's fractured. As multiple other bones in your arm. So if you want to come through into this room and take a seat, and I was just like in my head thinking, oh shit, I just wanted this to be we've sussed out what it was. We're just going to slap a cast on and off you go, kind of thing. But no, they made me inhale like some sort of gas. Right. So it's almost like they put a tube thing in your mouth with like these pellets and then they pour this liquid over the pellets and you breathe in heavily. She was like, you're probably not going to like the taste of this, but it was almost like aniseed.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And she was like, how are you feeling? And I was like, oh, I can feel something going on. And then basically I just remember people walking out and I looked down and my entire arm was like in plaster.
Wow.
Mostly with like a bandage and I had like a sling on. And I was just like, holy shit, I didn't remember anything. The closest thing I can think of was Rohypnol, because I've had Rohypnol when I've been to the dentist before.
Right. Wow.
And I was just like, all right, nice. So basically I was just like, fuck, that's done.
So they drugged you to put it all back into place?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not fair. When I broke my arm when I was little, they just said, put this bit of wood in your mouth, and then they just hammered it back in.
Well, thank fuck we're past that, mate. And also, when you're little, like, it doesn't take long for shit to heal, does it?
No.
Yeah, that's true. But then mine was just like a bone sticking out of the middle of my arm. That wasn't like yours, where your whole elbow was sticking out of the side of your elbow.
Yeah, and they're wrong. So they've obviously done all that, and then he's like, right, take this form, go up to the 3rd floor, and wait up there. And I was like, all right, nice one. Going up there expecting to be like, yeah, sign this, do that, blah, blah, blah. And he's just pulled me off into the thing, and he's like, right, so I don't suppose they've told you we're going to need to perform surgery on your arm very, very soon. I was like, pardon? and they were like, well, your elbow still isn't in the right place.
Oh, my
they've
God.
secured it. They've secured it, basically, and, like, held it together with a lot of stuff, like, to basically make sure it doesn't move around anymore. But you've got 2 bones in your arms that are basically pointing in the wrong direction, and we're going to have to cut your arm open from, like, basically near the inner elbow up to sort of like the wrist, and open your arm up and push them back into place.
Oh, mate, I feel ill, mate. I've just eaten.
And I'm kind of just like thinking, like, I felt proper upset at that point. I'm just like, you what, mate?
Oh, my God.
I just want to go home. So it was like, right, yeah, nice. So I guess I'm going to have to do that. Thankfully, I went home that night anyway. I felt better. They gave me, like, strong painkillers and stuff. But then all that night, I didn't sleep. Like, it was well over 30-something plus hours before I actually got any kind of sleep.
Oh, my God.
After I'd done the injury, because I just couldn't get comfortable. Because even if I dozed off, your natural body has, like, weird twitching movements, I think. So if you basically lay your hand out flat, if you slightly turn it to the left or right, it's moving those 2 big bones in your arm.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that were fucked.
Oh, my God.
And every time it was slightly turning, it was grinding those that were pointing in the wrong direction.
Oh, mate. Oh.
Would you have to do, like, wedge a load of get, like, loads of pillows and put them under your arm and stuff?
It was still, like, done in, like, the light concrete thing, but every time, like, my body would, like, naturally try and twitch and move, it was just causing, like, mass pain in that area of my arm. So I was just like, this sucks, because I literally woke up, well, didn't wake up the next day, I was well awake the next morning, and I was just like, I really want this operation, like, as soon as possible, because I can't do fuck all, and my body can't even start healing until the operation's done, because at the moment everything's still fucked. And then literally it was about 2 hours later, I got a phone call, and they said, look, we've got an opening at 11:30. If you can get down here for that point, we'll get you booked in, and you can get your surgery done today.
Wow. That
and I was
surprised
like, that's
me.
fucking good. But yeah, I think it is the fact that I had basically a cast on my arm and bones and stuff that needed to be set that was still fucking completely wrong.
Yeah.
So they're like, we need to get these back into position and start them healing ASAP.
Yeah,
otherwise, like, the longer we leave it in your arm like that, you're going to lessen the chance, and it's going to take longer to heal probably.
Wow.
So yeah, went in at 11:30. Did all the bits and bobs, went into one of the rooms where they basically, like, you change into the like the bathrobe stuff.
Yeah.
Ready for your surgery, and obviously I was nervous as shit. Like, I don't even like needles in general, let alone, like, fans of hospitals or anything like that per se.
Yeah.
And basically I was in this room for, like, 3.5 hours, I think, changed and ready to go. But there was, like, all instructions on the wall next to you, like, this will happen, like, a list of stuff, like, your surgeon will come and see you and talk you through the procedure, what they're going to do, which, again, you're kind of like, I don't really want to know what you're going to do to me. I don't really want to know what needs to be done. And then it's like, yeah, from there you'll go off to get your anaesthesia from one of the areas, and they'll roll you in from there to the operating theatre.
Weird.
So it's basically sort of sat there, and it was quite funny because when the poor girl was trying to put the socks on my legs, she took off the one sock on my left foot, and I was like, good luck getting one on that. And she was like, what the hell is that? And I was like, yeah, it looks rank, doesn't it? But that's where I rolled my ankle.
Jesus.
Which by that point looked like a puffer fish that had gone, like, 20 rounds with Mike Tyson.
Wow.
Like, all inflated and black. It was like my toes looked like they had frostbite.
Dude, that is a bad fall from just, like, was it just an uneven pavement?
It's basically the pavement, you know, like, every now and again you'll get, like, a sinkhole in the pavement where pavement just cracks and it just drops.
Yeah.
To the side, and it was because again, I was walking along at that time in the morning. It was like dark, and there was some fucking twat's van that was parked up to the side, so I had to kind of step round it, and it was just past it.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just sod's fucking law, mate. Like I've gone through so many different scenarios in my head of like what I could have done completely differently that morning if I'd just left the house a minute later. You know what I mean? If I hadn't gone back upstairs to grab something, I'd have left at a different time, which might have also mean things would have ended differently if I'd have crossed the road, all that kind of shit, you know what I mean? But there's not much you can actually do. I think they was most impressed that I hobbled to work from where I had my accident.
Wow.
Dedication, right?
It's a good, like, half a mile walk.
Bloody hell, mate.
Sort of a thing.
Wow.
Like that. But yeah, basically got eventually taken through, and the doctor came in and sort of said, like, oh, do you admit to, like, we're going to give you an injection in your neck as well to help with the pain. And I was like, is this whilst I'm out or before I go out? And he went, no, this is before you, like, when you're out, we're going to give you an extra one in your neck.
Oh.
So it should hopefully numb most of the body. And I think I went into theatre at about 4:00, and I didn't come to until about 7:30, half 7 at night in the evening.
Yeah.
So I must have been in there for at least an hour, hour and a half, maybe more.
Wow.
But yeah, I was just like, when I woke up, just thinking, what have they been moving around in there? How bad was it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what my arm looks like under the cast. I haven't seen what my arm looks like since it first went into some sort of cast.
So how long have you got your cast on now for?
Well, the bloke said when he was talking about the surgery, he said the cast will remain on between 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Then they'll take the cast off and have a look, which I'm guessing is basically take the cast off, more x-rays, probably reapply another cast depending on whether or not it would need it. But yeah, I'm out for basically fucked for 6 weeks work-wise. And then he obviously was talking about rehab, like, physio.
Yeah.
Like learning how to move your arm properly, because it's my elbow joint and everything.
Your muscles will go waste, won't they?
Yeah, exactly. Like she said, like, oh, after 3 weeks, make sure you don't lift anything, like any heavy weights or anything. And I was just thinking, like, you're having a laugh.
Well, that PlayStation controller's quite heavy, mate.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh,
look at work, say. You're back tomorrow, 12 hours, yeah, mate?
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose you got to tell them the worst thing that happened, though, wouldn't you?
What's that, sorry?
What you did to your phone.
Oh, well, yeah, cracked the screen on my phone, yeah, that was kind of depressing.
Well,
maybe you shouldn't have been looking at your phone whilst you're walking, that might have helped.
No, I was listening to music on it. I didn't actually have my phone out or anything. I was just literally walking along one thing in the morning. Next thing I know, you're doing the fall, you know, when you've gone and you get that classic moment where time sort of stops and you're like,
yeah.
And then the next thing I'm writhing on the floor in fucking agony.
So these pavements are so dodgy. I remember, because I keep going to London, especially near like Brixton and Canary Wharf. It's like where they've planted these trees like 20 years ago, like these little ones in rural areas, or like all, you know, concrete jungle. They're all now growing. That's lifting all the pavement up. So you're just walking along, the pavement's all broken. You think, we knew that was a bad idea. Why do it? At least you had some nice oxygen while you were laying on the floor in agony, you know.
To a certain degree, yeah, I suppose. But yeah, like my elbow's like completely and utterly like casted up. It's
like elbow to the armpit type thing.
Super heavy. Yeah, I've basically got a cast that runs from my elbow to halfway up my forearm. So it's like kind of a constant right angle. And then it runs all the way down to the back of my hand.
Shit.
A more important thing, can you hold a controller?
I can, but only a weird angle to the side. and at the moment my fingers are kind of swollen.
Ah, okay. So too much pain.
But
to even
even when I try holding or moving my fingers a little bit too much, like I'm wiggling them every now and again and things like that, just to get some sort of movement and stuff into them. But yeah, you can feel like muscle strain and stuff going on.
Ooh.
Again, I don't want to think about what's going on under what I can't see, because I know that I've got metal plates screwed in to hold the bones into place as well.
Wow.
So you're basically Wolverine now.
I don't know. Thankfully, at least the stitches are like the disposable ones that they do now. They're not. You don't have to go and get them removed anymore.
Wow. Well.
But yeah,
Gutted.
Well, hopefully you'll be back to your old self in no time, mate. But that is fucking mental, just from tripping over on a pavement, mate. All that damage, that's crazy. It just goes to show how fragile the human body is.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, like, you used to see, like, back in the day when you was a kid, like, you'd see some elderly person fall over and you'd be like, ha, 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 ha. But obviously, when you get to obviously a certain age, you're like, oh shit, are they all right? Because like any kind of jolt or judder or something, it just pops stuff out.
Yeah.
Mate, at our age, getting out of bed, we can get injured.
Or even just twisting the wrong way, like when you're trying to wipe your arse or something. Just put my back out. I've put my back out trying to wipe my bum. That's great.
Oh, mate.
So yeah, no gaming for me for quite some time.
Oh, mate, I don't know what I'm going to do on the podcast now for the next 5-6 weeks or however long you're going to be out of gaming.
Play all the games that I can't play and fucking tell me how good they are.
You like dust off that Connect or something and just just stand there and jiggle or something.
I would have thought, Darren, a man of your calibre.
Well, I guess the VR's out of the question for a while.
I thought you'd have one of these one-handed controllers, mate, being into all the Japanese RPGs and all that.
No, I have managed to sort of, like, I can move around with, like, my thumb on my good hand, and then obviously use my mouth or chin to move the analog about on the other. So I can log in to get my dailies, but I just can't complete the dailies.
I just imagine him just like having the controller under his chin and using his tongue and fingers to try and get his dailies in Final Fantasy or something.
Bit like the rest of us. Hey.
But yeah, each day, like, it's slowly improving. Like, the thing that's driving me mad at the moment is it feels like I've got stabbing pains in my elbow.
Oh.
And it also feels like, it feels like I've got liquid coming out and running around down the bottom of my arm. But again, I can't really see it, and I don't want to know.
Which arm was it, though? Your dominant,
it's my best arm. It's my dominant arm. So I can't write. I can't write for nothing. That's the main thing that's fucked me for work, because my work doesn't really require much, but I need to book things in and out and write passes and all these other bits and bobs, which I can't do. Like, even trying to sign my release forms from the hospital, it was just like, it felt like a fucking flid.
Oh, mate.
Oh, no.
No good, dude. That's no good at all.
So, yeah, and obviously, not dominant hand for going to the loo as well.
Someone's getting brown fingers.
Well, I will say, like, whether it was just my body going into sort of like a weird defense mode or whether it was the medication I was on, but, like, the first few I had, because I didn't actually go for, like, 2 days after the accident.
Right.
Yeah.
But when I did afterwards, they were they didn't leave anything behind. It was almost like they were perfectly packaged and solid and didn't leave anything.
You probably went into shock when you injured yourself.
It is weird how the body does kind of have certain defense mechanisms for certain things like that. But yeah, I'm now just sitting around bored watching films and stuff, because that's about all I can do, and sitting on my fucking arse. not really doing a lot.
Oh,
Whilst
mate.
I've got like these pains and also the incredible itching sensations that you get while you've got like a cast on or a plaster.
Yeah.
And things like that sort of drive me mad and can keep me awake as well, like itches and things, because it's just like a constant thing. So yeah, I won't really be talking about games for a while. And I did actually get one through the post, obviously, a couple of days after my injury, and I was like, oh well, might be good. I just won't know, will I?
Oh, well, we'll let you know. Oh, mate. Big hello to your local Gabba, new follower on Twitch. Hope you're doing well. Big hello to Angelos, who said hello on Twitch, and Clarky79, who asks you, Darren, was it Medway Hospital?
It was indeed.
There we go.
And even though it's apparently one of the worst hospitals in the country, like all the staff there were fantastic.
There we go. That's great to know. Oh, Darren, I hope you get better soon, mate. And I know how much you love your gaming, obviously, and I hope you can get back to it very soon, mate.
Or at least in some sort of form of capacity where it's like, in like, say, hopefully a couple of weeks or so, I can actually do things more with my hand and maybe play something for like 15, 20 minutes, you know what I mean? Just for like little bursts and turn it off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense. Cool. Well, should we talk about some games then, since Darren can't play any?
Yeah. So I just moved my arm. I just like lifted my arm up.
I hope you all enjoyed this snippet from this week's Patreon version of the podcast. To listen to the full episode, you need to subscribe. So head on over to patreon.com/360gamercast. Let's all wish Darren all the best and hope he gets better soon. And that's why I left the first 20 minutes of this episode in, so you get to hear his story and the reason why he won't be gaming for a while. So yes, again, that website address is patreon.com/360gamercast. Sign up today. From as little as £5 a month, you will get this week's full episode, which is over 2 hours long, and our full back catalogue of episodes. So we hope to see you there soon. That address again is patreon.com/360gamercast.